She didn't leave because she stopped loving you. She left because you stopped being a man with fire. You stopped moving forward. You lost your edge. And the moment you did, she stopped feeling safe. Not because you hurt her, but because you forgot who you were. You lost your purpose. And when that dies, everything else falls with it. Your masculinity, your desire, her respect, her trust. This is not about her. This is about the moment you died inside and didn't even notice. You didn't wake up one morning and decide to fall apart. It happened slowly, quietly, so quietly that even you couldn't hear it. At first it was subtle. You stopped chasing your goals, stopped keeping your word to yourself, started hitting snooze more than you hit the gym. You lost discipline and called it rest. You lost drive and called it peace. But it wasn't peace, it was erosion. Somewhere in that silence, she noticed. She watched the man she once admired shrink into comfort. She didn't yell, she didn't cry, she just faded. Because women don't leave suddenly. They disconnect, slowly. When your masculine energy dims, so does her attraction. And that's when it begins. The emotional distance, the coldness, the silence in her eyes. You thought she changed. She didn't. She adapted to your decline. The truth is brutal. She loved the man you were when you had purpose. The man who had something to prove, even to himself. The man who was hungry, focused, disciplined. Not the one who chose comfort over conquest. This is not just about love. This is about respect. And once a woman stops respecting you, it's over. Even if she stays, it's already over. You thought presence was enough. But presence without power is just background noise. You were there, but you weren't there. Not as a man, not as a force, not as the fire that once lit up the room. You let the fire die. And when the fire dies, so does everything it kept warm. Purpose is not a luxury. It's not a hobby. It's not some feel-good Instagram quote. It's the oxygen of masculinity. Without it, you suffocate. Slowly. Silently. Without it, you decay. She didn't fall for your looks. She didn't stay for your money. She stayed because you moved with conviction. You made her feel like life was going somewhere, that she could follow your lead and end up somewhere powerful. But then, you got distracted, you stopped evolving. And that's when she started grieving the man you used to be. This is what no one tells you. Masculinity dies without direction. When you abandon your mission, you abandon your masculinity. And when you lose your masculine energy, you become emotionally unsafe. Not because you're dangerous, but because you're weak. Women don't leave because you failed. They leave because you stopped trying. You stopped climbing. You stopped protecting what made you, you. They say, she left you. But that's not true. She left the man you stopped being. You want to understand why she left? Look at where you quit on yourself. Look at when you started settling for less. Look at when the fire in your chest turned into excuses. That's when you lost her, not when she walked away, but when you sat still. Men were not built for stillness. We were made to hunt, to conquer, to bleed forward into the world with unshakable purpose. Lose that, and you lose everything that respects you. She didn't leave because you were broken. She left because you were okay with it. You remember the night she stopped looking at you the same way. She was there in front of you, Mom. But it felt like she was a million miles away. You made a joke. She didn't laugh. You touched her. She pulled away. That moment was louder than any argument. Because when a woman pulls away from you in silence, it means she's already screamed everything inside her heart. But here's the truth most men don't want to hear. She didn't stop loving you. She stopped believing in you. And that's worse. Love can fade and return. But once belief dies, it never comes back the same. You didn't just lose her. You lost you. The fire, the direction, the hunger. You abandoned the man she respected, and without respect, love suffocates. It starts with small betrayals. You tell yourself you'll wake up early, and don't. You promise yourself you'll get back in shape, and don't. You say you'll start that business, get that job, write that book, but the days pass, and every promise you break to yourself is a piece of your masculine soul that dies. You look in the mirror, and you don't admire what you see. You see softness where there was once strength. You see excuses where there was once discipline, and deep down, you know she sees it too. Because women don't fall in love with your words. They fall in love with your direction, with your focus, with your self-respect. They feel your masculine energy before you speak. And when it fades, so does her trust. She might still smile, still say I love you, still wear your ring. But it's hollow, because you started choosing pleasure over purpose, distractions over discipline, comfort over conquest. And life doesn't reward comfort, it punishes it. You stopped fighting your demons, and they took over. Procrastination, addiction, laziness, self-pity. You numbed the pain instead of facing it. You scrolled instead of building. You blamed instead of bleeding forward. And every time you silenced that voice inside that begged you to rise, you killed a part of your masculinity. But here's the paradox. You think healing will bring her back. You think if you become better, she'll return. That's not how it works. You don't rebuild for her. You rebuild because you're not done yet. You weren't put here to die in regret, to rot in your own excuses. You were made to move with fire again, to rise, to dominate your shadow, to become the man who doesn't need her to see his worth, because he never stopped seeing it himself. This isn't about being alpha. This is about being awake, present, relentless, connected to a purpose so deep that no woman, no failure, no heartbreak can take it from you. You can cry, you can fall, you can bleed, but you cannot stay still. Stillness is death for a man, and the truth is, she wanted to believe in you. She waited, she watched, she begged in her silence for the old you to return. But he never did, because you never did. Until now. You want to feel alive again? You want to be respected again? Start where you lost yourself. That moment you gave up. That day you stopped trying. That decision to settle. Go back there. Feel it. Burn with it. Then move. Without permission. Without apology. Without waiting for her to come back. You're not doing this for her. You're doing this because the man you used to be is suffocating inside you, begging for air. Give him his life back. She didn't leave you. You left yourself. You became soft. You became silent. You became forgettable. She used to admire you. Now she pities you. You stopped chasing greatness and expected her to stay inspired. She looked at you for protection and saw a man protecting his comfort. She used to crave your presence. Now she avoids your touch. You broke every promise you made to yourself and wondered why no one believed in you. You became everything you swore you'd never be. And deep down, you know it. She didn't break you. You were already breaking. She just witnessed it. And maybe she waited longer than she should have, hoped harder than she admitted, loved more than you deserved. But no woman can carry a man who refuses to walk. No woman can believe in a man who stopped believing in himself. That's not her job. It never was. You keep asking, why did she leave? But the real question is, when did you leave you? When did you trade your mission for comfort? Your ambition for attention? Your fire for fear? You weren't rejected, you were revealed, and now all that's left is choice. Stay dead inside, or resurrect the man who once had something to prove. Because here's what no one will say to your face. You're not meant to be average. You're not meant to be soft, lost, forgotten. You are meant to build, to bleed, to burn, to lead with purpose so heavy that the ground shakes when you walk. You think it's over, but it's not. It's just quiet. The kind of quiet that only exists before the storm, before the rise, before the man you used to be claws his way back out of the grave you buried him in. This is your edge. This is your pain. This is your wake-up call. So stand the hell up, not to get her back, not to prove them wrong, but because the man you were born to be is still in there, waiting. And this time, you don't quit. If this burns something inside you, write. Say what you've been hiding. Someone might read it, maybe she will, but even if no one does, you will know you spoke like a man again.